Hey guys, welcome back to Zols Up 2. So today it is Wednesday, November 26th, 2025. And as you can see, the Celebration of Sky has begun, which is the fourth part of the Elemental Party 2025, and is also the last Elemental celebration in this party. So by heading back over to our little event board, as you can see, we can collect the Sky banner from Sky Sheep, and we can obviously go to the Sky Dojo itself, which we will find at the Sky Dojo later on after touring the room, like the last three celebrations that we've toured. Kicking off this celebration though, as you can see, everything is floating, and that's obviously to, of course, reference the sky and everything, which would make too much sense. So as you can see, literally everything is floating, which again would make sense because of the sky theme. We also have the sky banners right here as well, super cool. And I love the way that this looks, by the way. And yep, the fountain is floating too. That would make sense. Anyway, heading on over here, the path has been updated once again, using the light blue and white carpets, respectively. Making them made out of clouds. The white parts being clouds, and then blue obviously being the sky. That would make too much sense. And then we have more sky banners over here, alongside these just being little mini clouds, which would make a lot of sense. Anyway, let's move on to the next room. Next room is the lab office. And as you can see, we have more decorations in here. 3 more sky banners right there. And the counter, or desk in that case, has been updated to reflect the sky theme, such as yellow for the sun, and blue for the sky, and white for the clouds. And for the 4th celebration in a row, the lights have been changed to a different color. This is mainly to, of course, reflect how freaking bright the sun is. Assuming wherever it is. But anyway, yeah, that's basically it for the lab office. As usual, like the other 3 celebrations, the backyard, roof, and flower shop are all not decorated. So we will actually be moving on. Alright, so the lab hallway is next. And, as you can see, looks very cool. And here is Rose Crystal's room. Very cool. And I do hope you guys love the way that this is designed. It is very nice. And yeah. Actually, hold on a second. I want to change that. That's much more like it. Anyway, as for the room itself, yes, this is how Rose Crystal's room looks. Super cool. Over here, we have the meeting room, which looks like this. That's much better. Anyway, as for the room itself, this is how it looks. We just have more banners. The table has been changed to this. And overall, not too different from the snow celebration outside of the lights and banners. The sheep rooms, on the other hand, are updated, and it references, like the desk, yellow for the sun, blue for the sky, and white for the clouds. And of course, it just repeats after that. Anyway, we got more banners right here, which is super cool. And the pipes have been updated as well to reflect the exact same thing that we see on the beds. Like it alternates. Pretty cool, right? I know. It actually looks pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, moving on to this room. That, of course, being the TV and game room. As you can see, this has been updated once again to make it look like it's flying, which is pretty cool. That's obviously in reference to the sky. As you can see, this has been updated just like the meeting room. And overall, it's more lights and banners. And, yeah, the library is next on our list. And yes, the map is updated for the 4th time in a row. I don't know. Crazy to think that in, like, the span of 7 days, this map has managed to be updated 4 times in the span of 7 days. That's impressive, man. Anyway, as for this, the desk has been updated pretty much the exact same way as the one in the lab office. Librarian Sheep can be seen back there as well. The lights and banners have been updated once again, alongside the pipe itself, which is pretty cool. Yeah, no, I will not lie. The map does look pretty cool for this party. Anyway, next room, after the lab hallway is specifically Snowland. Well, actually, we'll go to the underground party room after this. I just realized that we didn't go down there. Anyway, we'll do that in a minute after we showcase Snowland, which, as you can see, I did predict in the last Celebration of the Snow one that these probably would be updated again in the Sky one, and I was correct. Of course they were going to be. Anyway, this is how it looks. Very cool. It looks very nice, honestly, the way that this room looks. Overall, I like it. And, now, with all that being said, before we head up to the Sky Dojo, let's go showcase the underground party room, as I realized we didn't showcase it. Let's head down here. It's the last room before we get to the Sky Dojo. Anyway, here is the underground party room. Like the beds and the desks, these have all been changed to yellow for the sun, blue for the sky, and white for the clouds. And again, it just alternates a few more times. Anyway, here are the banners up here, which is pretty cool. The lights have been updated as well, and the dance floor has been updated to reference the sun, the sky, and a few clouds, which is pretty cool. And overall, that's basically it for the underground party room. Not much else to say here. Over there and over there are not decorated, although these are actually getting removed soon. The day the December catalog comes out, which is in like 8 days on December 4th. Anyway, now that we've showcased the underground party room, the next room is the Sky Dojo, which, as you can see, there is a few banners obviously telling us to go up there, which would make sense. So, without further ado, let's head up to the Sky Dojo. Alright, we are up at the Sky Dojo, and as you can see, like the last 3 that we saw, being the Fire, Water, and Snow Dojos, the Sky Dojo would obviously be updated for this party, which would make a lot of sense. I mean, of course, it has to be. I mean, this is the last one. Makes you question, though, this party's still going on for a few more days after this celebration ends, so you're probably wondering, like, what's the last one gonna be? Well, you'll find out in the next episode. Anyway, as for the Sky Dojo, we can claim the Sky Banner, which is granted or given to us by Sky Sheep, which will be joining us later in the Sky Dimension. Anyway, as for here, this is how it all looks. It looks very cool. We got banners all over the place. It's crazy how much you can see from up here, man. You can even see the cruise ship and even all the houses from here. Like, it's crazy to think how much you can see from up here. The Thames Shop, and Evil Sea Leader's base, the water slide, the wave pool, freaking everything. Even the police station and Emperor's house and the lab itself. It's crazy. Even the slime. But that's not the point. What is the point is that this entrance right here in particular was never here before. And I can confirm this because up until today, November 26th, I have never put this here. And, well, as you can see on the inside, yep, we got some more banners. But more importantly, a portal. Let's go. Alright guys, we are now in the Sky Dimension. Which, did I mention, looks like this? Yeah, that's right. We get to traverse this entire tower, with Sky Sheep, of course, in search for the Sky Dimension armor. Let's do this. That's right. We get to search this entire tower for the Sky Dimension armor. And this is going to be awesome. I think this is probably one of the coolest ways to end off the elemental dimensions. Ending it off with one of the coolest, and I mean one of the coolest ways to get the elemental armor. Because as you can see, the tower is full of sky banners. And, well, obviously not just sky banners. We will need to fly up, though, considering Skysheep is with us. It will be a little hard to traverse it, but do know that there are some sky banners up here as well, which is actually pretty cool. I will not lie. And actually, hold on, let me put another one there just for the heck of it. There we go. And there we go. Oh, give me a minute to get him. Okay, I got the guy. Anyway, I'll keep the lead in my inventory just in case he, unties again. Anyway, here we have more sky banners up here, specifically right there. And as you can see, looks very cool. Not gonna lie. And there's actually plenty more because if we traverse up here, as you can see, there's even more sky banners. Oh, and yeah, there's also these shulker guys everywhere. That isn't a surprise to me. Nothing in this chest. Nothing in this chest. Absolutely freaking nothing. That's a shame. But we do have more banners up here, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's keep traversing up. Which, actually, that is it for this portion. Now, it should be noted that this all looks like this. Look how freaking awesome this looks. Yep, it looks like this. Which is legitimately super awesome. Like, look how amazing this genuinely looks. This genuinely looks so cool. And I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love, and I mean love, how this came out. This came out amazing. And personally speaking, I freaking love this. Our goal is to reach that ship over there. Because actually in there holds the Sky Dimension armor. But we're still kind of far away. We need to traverse more of the tower. So for example, by going this way, we can see that there is a bit more here. But it is not getting us any closer to that ship. Which means we're gonna need to traverse a little higher. That means we're going to need to head over here, specifically, assuming I can get him back. And I have done just that. Anyway, here, now we need to traverse this section of the tower right here. And see if we can get any closer to that ship. I have a feeling we will be able to get closer, considering it's super close by. Let's see how far we get. In that particular case, we need to head into this room. Which, first of all, is filled with sky banners. But Skysheep has the right away. We need to make our way up here, specifically. And more importantly, up this ladder, we need to traverse this tower once more. And successfully make our way all the way up here. I'll get him back in a second. But anyway, as you can see, this place is filled with even more sky banners, which is as expected considering this is whole sky tower and everything. Going up here, look how close we are getting to this tower. And see, look how close we are to the ship. It is unbelievable how close we are. But I think what we should do now is actually fly over to this tower specifically, because it is the highest point that we can get on this tower. Heading up here, it looks like this, specifically. Oh, and let me kill that guy while we're here, because why not, right? There we go. Now we can climb up here and successfully make our way up here. Oh, we got some stuff here. Actually, I think that comes from Lego's Island in some form. If that's the case, then that's great that it ended up here. Anyway, here we have more of the tower, which is specifically just right here. It honestly looks super cool. And just think about it, guys. Look how freaking high up we are compared to where we just were. Yep, at this point, we may as well just finally make our way over to that freaking tower at this point, or that ship in that case. But I want to see if there's anything else beyond that point before we go exploring any higher. I think we're good to go, which means we can successfully make our way successfully over to the ship. Now, the only way we need to do this is successfully by jumping over here. And give me a second to respawn Sky Sheep. With Sky Sheep back with us again, we can successfully explore the Sky Ship, which is pretty cool. Overall, the Sky Ship does look pretty cool. And like I said earlier, that is actually where the Sky Dimension armor is. So let's head on inside. Because as you can see, the banners continue on in here. All the way over till we get to here, where we can successfully claim the Sky Dimension armor right here. Oh, and actually, let's successfully reclaim these items and put them back in their rightful spots. Give me a second. Much better. Now that we have all 4 pieces, let's successfully put on the armor and successfully see how that looks on us. That honestly looks so cool. And to be honest, I love the way that this looks. Oh, and yes, I did get Sky Sheep to actually join us down here. Yeah, I know. Here we are, Sky Sheep. We've officially done it. We have gotten the Sky Armor, which successfully completes all 4 elemental dimensions. After this point, well, I'm not sure. We're going to have to come back on the 28th to find out. However, we will actually be back in Zolas Lab 2 in a day anyway for the Thanksgiving event, but we'll be back on Friday to see what happens after the event of the Sky Celebration. For now, that is going to wrap up this episode of Zolas Lab 2. I'll take him back in a minute. But first, with all that said, thank you again for watching this episode. This was a lot of fun to do. And that is it for all elemental dimensions in this entire party. I truly had a lot of fun exploring all 4 of these incredible elemental dimensions. And personally, honestly, I don't even know which one's my personal favorite. Like, honestly, guys, I don't even know at this point what my personal favorite one was. But all I'll say is that I absolutely love the Sky Dimension. This truly is a very fun little dimension that we got to explore today. But overall, I will see you in the next episode for the Thanksgiving 2025 mini event. And with all that said, I will see you next time.